Welcome to second year BSc fourth semester mathematics students. This is KVR Narasimharao, lecturer in mathematics, Sri Venkateswara College of Arts and Science, Amalapuram, East Godavari district, affiliated to Adikavi Nana University, Rajahmundry. We have already completed 2 units of your fourth semester mathematics paper, real analysis. The first unit is sequences. In that first in the sequences, I have explained the whole unit in 10 lessons, each of which not less than 40 minutes. Second unit, that is series, I have explained 9 lessons, each of which not less than 40 minutes. Now we will come to the third unit, that is continuity of functions. Continuity of functions. So in this lesson, first of all I have explained lesson number 1 of unit 3 of your fourth semester mathematics paper, real analysis. The unit title is continuity of functions. Before going to continuity of function, first of all, we have to learn some important concepts which will be very useful in this chapter as well as the future 3 units. The first one is limit of a function. Limit of a function. Let f a to r is a function. Small a be a limit point of a, where a is an aggregate. For each epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that x belongs to a comma 0 less than mod x minus a less than delta implies modulus of fx minus L less than epsilon. Then L is called limit of the function at x is equal to a, denoted by limit x tends to a fx, or fx tends to L as x tends to a. Suppose if a is an aggregate. What is aggregate? Aggregate is any non-empty subset of real number set R. That is aggregate. And a, small a, be a limit point. What is the limit point? Every neighborhood of the point entirely contained in a. That means every neighborhood of a consisting of infinitely many values of a. Then a is limit point. Limit points may be many, but limit must be unique. We have already explained this concept in the previous 2 units. Now, let a be, capital A be an aggregate. Small a be limit point of a. Limit point of a. R be real number set. Then any function from capital A to R is a function, and for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that small x also belongs to a, and 0 less than mod x minus a less than delta implies modulus of fx minus L less than epsilon. Then L is called limit of the function fx at x is equal to a, denoted by limit x tends to a fx, or fx tends to L as x tends to a. Now I will explain Telugu. A అనేటువంటిది ఒక అగ్రిగేట్ తీసుకుంటున్నాము, క్యాపిటల్ ఏ అనేటువంటి. స్మాల్ ఏ అనేటువంటిది ఆ క్యాపిటల్ ఏకి ఒక లిమిట్ పాయింట్. ఎఫ్ అనేటువంటిది క్యాపిటల్ ఏ నుండి ఆరకపోయేటువంటి ఏదైనా ఫంక్షన్. ప్రతి ఎప్సిలాన్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 0 అయ్యేటప్పుడల్లా ఒకానొక డెల్టా గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 0 అనేది దొరుకుతుంది. సచ్ దట్ ఎలాగంటే ఎక్స్ ఆల్సో బిలాంగ్స్ టు క్యాపిటల్ ఏ, ఎక్స్ కూడా క్యాపిటల్ ఏలో ఉంటూ మాడ్యులస్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ మైనస్ ఏ అనేటువంటిది 0కి డెల్టాకి మధ్యలో ఉన్నప్పుడల్లా ఎఫ్ఎక్స్కి ఎల్కి ఉన్నటువంటి అబ్సల్యూట్ డిఫరెన్సు చాలా చాలా చిన్నదయ్యేటట్టుగా ఉంటుంది. అప్పుడు ఎల్ని ఏమంటామంటే ఎక్స్ ఏకి టెండ్ అయినప్పుడు ఎఫ్ఎక్స్ అనేటువంటిది ఎల్ అనే లిమిట్కి టెండ్ అవుతుంది అని చెబుతూ ఉంటాం. అది డెఫినేషన్. Let A be an aggregate, A small a be a limit point of capital A, f A to R is a function if for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that small x belongs to A and 0 less than mod x minus A less than delta implies modulus of fx minus L less than epsilon, then L is called limit of the function fx as x tends to A. If for a function limit not always exists, this property may not exist for all the functions. If limit exists, that means the property obeys. What is the property? For each epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that x belongs to A and 0 less than mod x minus A less than delta implies fx minus L less than epsilon. This is the property for existence of limit. If limit exists, then the value of the limit is unique. Limit point exists, it may be many, but limit exists, it must be unique. Next one. F R to R defined by fx is equal to c for all x belongs to R, then limit x tends to A fx is equal to c. For constant function, the limit is the constant itself. Next point, fx defined by identity function. Fx is equal to x, that is Ix, like that. Then limit x tends to A fx is equal to A, f of A, sorry, is equal to A. For fx is equal to mod x, modulus function, limit x tends to A is equal to mod A. Fifth point, limit x tends to A fx exists, then limit x tends to A fx is equal to limit x tends to A f of A minus x is equal to limit x tends to 0 f of A plus x. Once again, limit x tends to A fx exists, then limit x tends to A fx is equal to limit x tends to 0 f of A plus x is equal to limit x tends to 0 f of A minus x. Sixth point, if f A to R, g A to R are two functions from the same domain, A be limit point of capital A, then limit x tends to A fx is equal to L, limit x tends to A gx is equal to L dash, then limit x tends to A fx plus gx is equal to L plus L dash, and limit x tends to A fx minus gx is equal to L minus L dash. Next point, let us C belongs to R, then limit x tends to A cfx is equal to CL, limit x tends to A fg of x, product of the functions, is nothing but the product of the limits LL dash, because f function limit is L, g function limit is L dash, that's why it is LL dash. but in the screen it shows like LM. Please correct it as L dash. Fourth point, if L not equal to 0, limit extends to a 1 by f of x is equal to 1 by L. If L dash not equal to 0, then limit extends to a f by g of x is equal to L by L dash. If limit extends to a fx is equal to 0 and gx is bounded, if L is equal to 0 and gx is bounded, then limit extends to a fx into gx is equal to 0. Next, if fx is greater than or equal to gx on the dilated neighborhood of a, what is dilated neighborhood? Open interval a minus epsilon, a plus epsilon is neighborhood of a, epsilon neighborhood of a. Let small a be a real number, epsilon greater than 0, then the open interval a minus epsilon, a plus epsilon is the epsilon neighborhood of small a in capital A. Dilated neighborhood means open interval a minus epsilon, a plus epsilon minus a. That means except the a, all the points in open interval a minus epsilon, a plus epsilon is called dilated epsilon neighborhood of a. Then limit extends to a fx greater than or equal to limit extends to a gx, that is L greater than or equal to L dash. Now sandwich theorem for limits. We have already learned sandwich theorem for sequences, sandwich theorem for series. What is sandwich theorem for sequences? If sequence Sn, sequence Cn, sequence Un are three sequences of real numbers such that Sn less than or equal to Un less than or equal to Tn for all n belongs to capital N, and limit extends to a fx is equal to, limit n tends to infinity Sn is equal to, limit n tends to infinity Tn is equal to L. Then limit n tends to infinity Un is equal to 0. This is called a sandwich theorem for sequences. For series, sigma Un and sigma Vn are two series. Limit Un is equal to L, limit Tn is equal to L, and Sn less than or Un less than or equal to Vn less than or equal to Tn, then limit Vn is also equal to L. This is sandwich theorem for series. Now we come to sandwich theorem for limits. If f a to r is a function, g is also a to r is another function, h a to r is the third function. All the three functions having same domain capital A. Let small a be the limit point of capital A, and fx less than or equal to gx less than or equal to hx, fx less than or equal to gx less than or equal to hx on the dilated neighborhood of a small a, and limit extends to a fx is equal to L, and limit extends to a hx is equal to L. Then limit extends to a gx is also L. Same property as we have learned in sequences and series, no doubt about it. If f a to r, g image of f to r, that means the image elements of f in R are taken as the domain. Then G is a function from image of f to R, let x tends to a, limit x tends to a, fx is equal to L. Limit y tends to L, gy is equal to M. That is gl is equal to M. Then limit x tends to a, g circle f of x is equal to M. This is the next one. Now we go to next property. Limit x tends to a, x power n is equal to a power n. For x belongs to, for a belongs to r plus n belongs to r. For integer as well as positive real numbers also. The limit exists, limit x tends to a, x power n is equal to a power n. This is valid for n belongs to r and a belongs to r plus. Next one. If fx is equal to, fx is a polynomial function, then limit x tends to a, fx is equal to f of a. What is meant by polynomial function? If a0, a1, a2, etc., a etc., an be n constants, x be a variable, then a0 x power 0 plus a1 x power 1 plus a2 x square plus a3 x cube plus etc. an minus 1 x power n minus 1 plus an x power n is called an nth degree polynomial function x. That is a polynomial function. Now, if fx is a polynomial function, then also limit x tends to a, fx is equal to f of a. Limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a. Limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a is equal to n into a power n minus 1. For n belongs to capital N, small a belongs to r plus, x also belongs to r plus. Now, if 0 less than x less than pi by 2, then sin x less than x less than tan x. The x lies between 0 and pi by 2, then x lies between sin x and tan x. Limit x tends to 0, sin x is equal to sin 0. Because sin x is a polynomial function, cos x is a polynomial function, exponential function is a polynomial function, logarithmic function is a polynomial function. So many are a polynomial function. That way limit x tends to a, sin x is equal to sin 0 is equal to 0. Limit x tends to a, cos x is equal to cos 0 is equal to 1. Limit x tends to a, sin x is equal to sin a. Limit x tends to a, cos x is equal to cos a. Limit x tends to 0, tan x is equal to 0. Limit x tends to 0, sin x by x is equal to 1. Limit x tends to 0, tan x by x is equal to 1. Limit x tends to a, e power x is equal to e power a. E power x is equal to e power a. Limit x tends to a, log x is equal to log a. But a, small a belongs to r plus. Because for negative numbers, logarithms does not exist. Sixth one, limit x tends to a, e power x minus 1 by x is equal to 1. Limit x tends to 0, a power x minus 1 by x is equal to log a to base e. Limit x tends to infinity, 1 plus 1 by x whole power x is equal to, limit x tends to 0, 1 plus x whole power 1 by x is equal to e. These are the limits. Now, these limits have been discussed very clearly in your intermediate first year, I think, calculus. So I think all these previous topics have already learned very perfectly in intermediate. That's why I have only reviewed the concept only. Now we go to what is meant by left limit and what is meant by right limit. If f a to r is a function, small a be a limit point of capital A. If for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that x belongs to A and A minus delta less than x less than A minus delta less than x less than A implies fx minus L less than epsilon. Then L is called left limit of the function fx as x tends to A, denoted by limit x tends to A minus fx is equal to limit x tends to A minus 0 of fx is equal to L. Now I will explain left limit in Telugu. f a to r అనేటువంటిది ఒక ఫంక్షన్, స్మాల్ a అనేటువంటిది క్యాపిటల్ A యొక్క ఒక లిమిట్ పాయింట్. ఇచ్చినటువంటి ప్రతి ఎప్సిలాన్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 0కి కూడా కరస్పాండింగ్గా ఒకానొక డెల్టా గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 0 అవుతూ ఎక్స్ కూడా ఏలో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏ మైనస్ డెల్టాకి ఏకి మధ్యలో ఎక్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడల్లా ఎఫ్ఎక్స్కి ఎల్కి ఉన్న డిఫరెన్సు చాలా 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 తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. అలా ఉంటే ఆ ఎల్నే ఎక్స్ ఏకి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఎఫ్ఎక్స్ యొక్క లిమిటు అని చెబుతూ ఉంటాం. దట్ ఈస్ ద సిమిలర్ టు రైట్ లిమిట్. If x is a variable, fx is a polynomial function. If for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that a less than x less than a plus delta. In the previous case, a minus delta to a. Now a to a plus delta implies modulus of fx minus L less than epsilon. Then L is called right limit of the function fx, denoted by limit x tends to a plus fx is equal to x tends to 0 f of x tends to a plus fx. Now, for all functions, there need not exist for left limit and right limit. For certain functions, only left limit exists. For certain functions, only right limit exists. For certain functions, both limits exist. For certain functions, both limits does not exist. Where the case of both limits exists and the value of the two limits are same, then the value of the limit is called limit of the function fx as x tends to a. That is limit x tends to a plus fx is equal to limit x tends to a, limit x tends to a minus fx is equal to L. Then limit x tends to a fx is equal to L. That is called limit of the function. These are the very very important points that we should remember. Some more important points are there. If limit x tends to a minus fx is equal to limit x tends to a plus fx is equal to L, then limit x tends to a fx is equal to L. Next, limit x tends to a plus fx is equal to limit h tends to 0 plus f of a plus h. Limit x tends to a minus fx is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of a minus L. Next, limit x tends to infinity e power x is equal to infinity. Limit x tends to infinity e power x is equal to infinity. Limit x tends to 0 e power 1 by x is equal to infinity, that is does not exist. Now we go to the original topic of this unit, that is continuity of a function. What is meant by continuity of a function? Up to this we have learned about limits, functions, left limit and right limit. Based upon left and right limit, then we can find the limit of the function. If both left and right limit exist and they are equal, then the value of the limit for which we have to equating the limit is called limit of the function. Now, what is meant by continuity of a function? F a to r is a function. Small a be a limit point. For each epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that a minus delta less than x less than a plus delta, a minus delta less than x less than a plus delta, or modulus of x minus a less than delta implies modulus of fx minus f of a less than epsilon. Then fx is called continuity of a function at x is equal to a, denoted by fx is continuous at x equal to a implies limit extends to a fx is equal to f of a. That is continuity of a function. Now I will explain the continuity of a function in Telugu. A అనేటిది ఒక అగ్రిగేట్ తీసుకున్నాం, f a to r అనే ఫంక్షన్ తీసుకున్నాం. ఎప్సిలాన్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 0 అయిన ప్రతి సందర్భంలోని కూడా ఒకానొక డెల్టా దొరుకుతుంది. ఎలాగ? అది కూడా గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 0 అయ్యేటట్టుగా. ఎలాగంటే x మైనస్ a యొక్క అబ్సల్యూట్ వాల్యూ ఎక్స్కి మధ్యలో ఉన్నప్పుడల్లా, అంటే మాడ్ ఏ మైనస్ ఎక్స్ లెస్ దాన్ డెల్టా మాడ్యులస్ ఆఫ్ ఎఫ్ఎక్స్ మైనస్ ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ ఏ modulus of x minus a less than delta implies mod fx minus f of a less than epsilon. Then the function fx is said to be continuous at x is equal to a, denoted by limit extends to a, fx is equal to f of a. If for every point of a, small a belongs to capital A, fx is continuous, then fx is continuous everywhere. Suppose at every point of an interval AB, fx is continuous, then the fx is continuous in the whole interval. That is the continuity of a function. Suppose if fx is not continuous at x equal to a, that means limit extends to fx not equal to f of a, then fx is said to be discontinuous at x is equal to 0. Discontinuous at x is equal to a. Next one is continuous at right and continuous at left. Previous to this topic, I have explained continuity of a function. What is meant by continuity of a function? For each epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that x belongs to a and 0 less than mod x minus a less than delta implies modulus of fx minus f of a less than epsilon. Then the function fx is said to be continuous at x is equal to a. If limit extends to a, fx does not equal to f of a, then the function is said to be discontinuous or not continuous at x is equal to a. Now we go to what is meant by continuous at right and continuous at left. Continuous at right, first of all I have defined continuous at right. Let capital A be an aggregate. let capital A be an aggregate, small a be a limit point of A, f a to r is a function. If for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that x belongs to A, comma, A less than or equal to x less than A plus delta, implies modulus of fx minus f of A less than epsilon. Then fx is said to be continuous at x is equal to A, denoted by limit extends to A plus fx is equal to f of A. Then its value is called functional value of the function at the same limit. That is, limit extends to A plus fx is equal to f of A. Now we come to what is meant by left continuous. If for each epsilon greater than 0, for a function f a to r, where A is aggregate, then for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that x belongs to A implies x belongs to A, comma, A minus x less than A minus delta less than x less than or equal to A implies modulus of fx minus f of A less than epsilon. Then the function fx is said to be left continuous at x is equal to A, denoted by limit extends to A, fx is equal to f of A. Whereas the previous case, right limit, right continuity. Right continuity means you have to choose A less than x less than or equal to A plus delta. Whereas for left continuous, the same values are taken, that is A minus delta less than x less than A implies modulus of fx minus f of A less than epsilon. Then fx is called left continuous at x is equal to A. Next one, if f is a left continuous at B and f is right continuous at A, f is left continuous to B, f is right continuous to A, then f is said to be continuous on closed interval AB. Next, fifth point. Show that identity function I R to R be defined by Ix is equal to X, where all X belongs to R, is continuous on R. Now we go to solve certain problem. Show that identity function I R to R defined by Ix is equal to X for all X belongs to R is continuous on R. Identity function is continuous on R. That is to be proved. I R to R is a function defined by Ix is equal to X for all X belongs to R. If limit extends to A, Ix is equal to limit extends to A, X is equal to 2A. Now solution. I R to R defined by Ix is equal to X. Ix is equal to X for all X belongs to R. That means I1 is equal to 1, I2 is equal to 2, I3 is equal to 3, I small a is equal to small a, Ik is equal to k. That is the property of the function. That is identity function. Now we want to show this is continuous on R. So limit extends to A, Ix is equal to limit extends to A, what is Ix value? X. Extends to A, X. X is a polynomial function. limit extends to a, x is equal to a, because it is a first degree polynomial, therefore is equal to x. Therefore, limit extends to a, x is equal to a can be written as ia. Therefore, limit extends to a, ix is equal to I of a. Therefore, ix is continuous for all x belongs to R. So, identity function is continuous on real number series. Next one is, show that a polynomial based function is continuous on R. Let fx is a polynomial function of degree n. That is, fx is equal to a0 plus a1 x plus a2 x square plus a3 x cube plus etc. an x power n, a1 not equal to 0. Then limit extends to a, fx is equal to limit extends to a0 into x plus a1 into x, a0 plus a1x plus a2 x square plus a3 x cube plus etc. an x power n is equal to a0 plus a1 into a plus a2 into a square plus an into a power n is equal to f of a. Therefore, limit extends to fx is equal to f of a. Therefore, fx is continuous at x is equal to a on R. Therefore, fx is continuous on R. Therefore, polynomial function is continuous on real numbers. Next one. Show that f R to R defined by fx is equal to mod x is continuous on R. That means we have already proved identity function is continuous on R. Next one is polynomial function is continuous on R. Now we want to go modulus function is continuous on R. That is fx is equal to mod x. What is the value of mod x? Mod x is equal to x for x greater than or equal to 0 is equal to minus x for x less than 0. Therefore, limit extends to fx is equal to limit extends to a mod a is equal to mod a. Mod a is called f of a. Modulus of f of a. Sorry, f of a, sir. Mod a is equal to f of a. Therefore, limit extends to a, fx is equal to f of a. Therefore, fx is continuous on R. Next problem. Show that fx is equal to step x is not continuous on R but continuous on R minus z only. Fx is equal to step x. Step x means integral function. So, what is the integral function? Step x is the value lies between x less than or equal to step x less than x plus 1 is equal to x. Let fx is equal to step x for all x belongs to R. If small a not belongs to z implies step a not equal to a. If any number not belongs to z means its step value not equal to a. Integral function means, suppose step 3.2 is equal to 3, step 9.8 is equal to 9, step 9.99 is equal to 9, step minus 6.2 is equal to minus 7. That is the step function. Suppose step 3 is equal to 3, step 4 is equal to 4, step 12 is equal to 12. That's why if a not belongs to z, that means if a is not integer, then step a not equal to a. Therefore, step a less than step a plus 1. Step a plus 1. Now, if f of a is, if step a is equal to k, that is constant, then fx is equal to k for all x belongs to k and k plus 1. Therefore, f is continuous on k plus 1. In particular, f is continuous at a. if A belongs to Z implies limit extends to A plus fx is equal to A. Limit extends to A minus fx is equal to A minus 1. Therefore, left limit is A and left limit is A minus 1, right limit is A. Therefore, there is no question of limit existence. Therefore, f is not continuous. That is, step x is not continuous on R, but it is continuous on R minus Z only. Next one is next problem. Fx, verify fx is continuous on R. For the first problem, fx is equal to e power x. Second problem, log x. Third problem, sin x. Fourth problem is cos x. Now first problem, fx is equal to e power x. Let small a belongs to R, limit extends to A. Fx is equal to e power A. E power A is nothing but f of A because fx is equal to x. Fx is equal to e power x. Whatever x in f of in bracket is same to the exponent to A. Therefore, fx is equal to e power x implies f of A is equal to e power A. Therefore, limit extends to A, f of x is equal to f of A. Therefore, f is exponential function is continuous. Now log x. Fx is equal to log x. But log x exists for x greater than 0. Therefore, x belongs to open interval 0 infinity. Therefore, let small a belongs to 0 infinity. Limit extends to A, fx is equal to, limit extends to A, log x is equal to log A. Implies log A is nothing but f of A. Therefore, limit extends to A, fx is equal to f of A. Therefore, fx is continuous on open interval 0 infinity. Now, fx is equal to sin x. Let small a belongs to R. Limit extends to 0. Limit extends to A. Fx is equal to limit extends to A sin x is equal to sin A. What is sin A? Sin A is f of A. Similarly, we can solve limit extends to A cos x is equal to cos A. Therefore, for e power x, for log x, for sin x or cos x, every of these four functions are continuous on R. So, my dear students, I have completed lesson number 1 of unit 3, continuity of a function, continuity of functions of your second year, 4th semester, mathematics paper, real analysis. So, this is the lesson number 1 in this unit. So, before the definition of continuity, all should review once, but now there is no need of by-hearting the formula. These are very much used in the continuity. Our syllabus is restricted only to the continuity of functions. So, no need to solve the limits of the function. Hence, I have only explained the definitions and certain properties of limits only. So, you should take care of listening these lessons from continuity of function definition onwards.